All right. Here we go. The final bit of this game that I think we're going to do for the stream. All right. Here we go. Whoa! What is that? What the heck? Wait a second, I have a... Oh, use eyepiece. Oh, it's moving. Ooh. That's freaky looking. That's very cool looking. This is an interesting vibe here.
At last we meet. I've heard much about you. Your choices, your determination. Caradoc isn't easily impressed, but he was impressed with you. Few dare to seek the truth buried in Avalon shadows. Fewer still make it this far. I was the first. Caradoc followed when my brethren burned and the tear opened. And now, here you are. A truly rare and joyful occasion.
Who are you exactly?
Oh, forgive my lack of manners. I am Orin, the last apprentice of Merlin, and the last archdruid of Avalon. I've carried the weight of this land's secrets longer than I care to admit. But names mean little. What matters is the task before us.
What is this place?
What lingers here? It's older than Avalon. Older than anything we know. What you see is the beginning of weirdness itself. Its purest form. Raw potential. unshaped by anything but its lack of boundaries and limits. Beautiful, isn't it?
What do you want from me?
Oh, precisely the opposite of what Caradoc wants. I want you to help me resurrect King Arthur. Properly this time.
So he wants to kill him properly, and you want to resurrect him properly.
Ridiculous, I know. But yes, that's what it boils down to. At some point, we stopped seeing eye to eye and chose different paths. Ultimately, though, both our paths led to you.
How?
Yes, please let me explain. By the end of his life, Arthur became obsessed with his legacy. He left mementos, artifacts that embodied the virtues he wanted Avalon to preserve. Excalibur, a symbol of loyalty and sacrifice. The crown of Pendragon, a beacon of courage and resilience. The shield of Palamedes, wisdom and independence. But Merlin and the others didn't believe that would be enough. The memory of war and the fragility of peace was still too fresh. So they acted. When the king died, his soul wasn't allowed to move on. It was shattered, bound to those artifacts. A clever solution, but ultimately flawed.
Why would they divide the king's soul?
They feared losing what Arthur represented more than losing Arthur himself. They thought the king's essence would endure if bound to his relics.
What was flawed about
You
it?
can't pick and choose with a soul, but that's exactly what Merlin did. He focused on 3 parts of Arthur: his strength, wisdom, and courage. He left out 2 pieces. One, tainted by the Four Dwellers' magic, was deemed too dangerous. The other was his humanity, the most fragile part. Merlin thought compassion and doubt were weaknesses, unfit for a king. Without them, Arthur became hollow. A king with power, but no heart. That way, Avalon's greatest failure was born.
Did anyone try to resurrect Arthur as a whole then?
I tried. And I found his humanity. It's here, bound, kept safe. But the Four Dwellers' aspects was left to drift, untethered between worlds. Finding it needed more than magic. It needed someone like you.
Me?
The horrors you endured on that island gave you something no one else has. You can move through the weirdness, touch it, and return whole. That's why you found the king's soul, bound it to yourself, and came back.
You're saying all of that, everything I went through, was all part of your plan?
You flatter me. No, I couldn't have predicted all of that. I merely nudged the Red Church in the right direction, and asked Caradoc to assist where I couldn't. I can see you're still doubting me.
What do you want to achieve?
I want to bring back our king, whole and complete. I want him to lead again and safeguard Avalon's future.
Why do you want this so much?
Because I've seen what happens without him. Weirdness preys on the weak, and the people are too divided to stand against it alone. Arthur is their only hope. Ever they're left without him, without guidance, chaos takes hold. Division festers. You've seen it during your journeys. If things continue this way, Avalon will tear itself apart long before weirdness finishes the job.
Even if he's whole, what if people won't follow him? What if you're wrong? What if unity isn't enough?
Then Avalon falls, and with it everything we fought to protect. But I don't believe I'm wrong. Help me bring the king back, whole and complete. That's all I ask of you. Now you need to go further. I made my case. Please keep in mind what I told you. This is the only way for Avalon to survive.
Whoops. Hmm. Caradoc.
I was there when it all began, when Arthur first set foot on Avalon. I was a knight in his army. We believed in him, in his dream, in his kingdom. And for a while, it was glorious. Every battle felt like a step closer to peace. Every sacrifice justified by the dream we shared. But then came the cost. The war crimes, the impossible decisions, the massacres, slaughters, and irrational cruelty. We turned from knights into butchers, all because his dream demanded it of us. At first I told myself it was necessary, that it was the price of building something great. But the longer it went on, the harder it was to believe. That's when I realized Arthur wasn't a god, a savior, or a king. He was just another man, no different from the rest of us. And no man should have the power to demand such sacrifices.
And you want to kill him once and for all. I've heard that before.
But do you understand why I want it so much?
Because you hate what you've become.
I'd like to believe that after 600 years I've moved past pettiness. You need to understand that people thought, and still think, that he was more than human. But he wasn't. He made mistakes, just like any man. And the cost of those mistakes was always paid for by others. I've seen what happens when people cling to kings and myths. They wait, they follow, they waste their lives on promises that never meant anything. But that's not my problem. I'm not here to fix Avalon or to free anyone. What comes after doesn't matter. Let it all burn, let it rot, let it rebuild. I won't be here to see it.
Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him. You think the people can stand on their own against the weirdness, the monsters? You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen? And what if your way leads directly to people's fallen demise? He just said, it doesn't matter. Even if you destroy Arthur, the Round Table can just crown someone new, replace him.
Arthur's the only myth that still holds weight. And when he's gone, the rest will rot with him. A puppet king, another empty throne, none of it will last. Maybe they'll keep pretending for a while. Maybe they won't.
You think the people can stand on their own against the weirdness?
Let them stand, let them fall. It's not my concern. If the weirdness takes them, so be it. At least it won't be another king's failure. Another lie propping up a dying world. It'll just be what it is.
You want people to face adversity without guidance and leadership? Isn't that just chaos waiting to happen?
Call it chaos, call it freedom, I don't care. Let them rise, let them fall, let them tear each other apart. I just want to watch it all come down, to see the last lie collapse under its own weight. What comes after, that's for the ones still standing to figure out.
And what if your way leads directly to people's fallen demise?
Then let it. If this world can't stand without a dead king propping it up, maybe it deserves to fall. I've lived longer than any man should, seen more than anyone should ever bear. And I've waited centuries for this moment, this chance, to end it all, to end him.
Gordon made the case that people need Arthur, because they can't face the weirdness alone.
And we'll never know if that's true, because we've never tried. And who ever said that we were meant to survive the weirdness at all? We were fools to tamper with forces we didn't understand. Resurrecting Arthur, infusing him with powers of the weirdness. We didn't just bend the natural laws, we shattered them. Such violations of nature's order cannot go unanswered. The bill comes due, sooner or later. Always. This cannot be allowed to continue. Listen, it's taken longer than I ever imagined, but now, here we are. You've done what no one else could, what even I couldn't do. You've brought Arthur's soul back together, almost complete, but not quite. And because of you, I can finally finish what I started centuries ago. So, thank you for bringing us to this moment. You're close now. Just one more step. The last fragment of Arthur's soul is waiting for you. Complete what you came here for. And then, we'll meet again. As allies, or as enemies. That's up to you. Go. Find the last piece, and let's end this. Whatever comes next, I'll be ready. I hope you will be too.
Boing. Oh. You cannot go into the water. This is a very linear path. Who are you? Hob?
You've come. The one who carries what's left of me. Please, don't come any closer. Don't force me to think about coming back again. Just let me finally die.
Why do you want to die?
Because I've had enough. Enough of being torn apart and stitched back together. Enough of being used, shaped, and forced to be something I'm not. Do you know what it is like to be a king of nothing? To see the people you swore to protect suffer because of your choices? Or worse, in your name. I've seen towns burnt to the ground, families destroyed, all because someone thought it would serve the greater good. And they called it loyalty. They called it justice. I've been dragged through every dream, every lie they've built around me. And I'm tired. Tired of the weight, of the expectations, of all of it. And most of all, I'm tired of failing.
Oren, he's trying to bring you back whole this time. Caradoc wants to destroy Pepper. What is it in death that you want?
I want release. I want to stop being a tool in their endless struggle. Kill me. Destroy the last piece of me and use the energy however you wish. Take it yourself and become the new king. Give it to someone else. I don't care. Just don't let me come back again.
And Caradoc, he wants to destroy you forever.
He thinks ending me will free Avalon. But what then? Without an idea, a light to guide them, they'll stumble, lose their way, and turn on each other. People always seek something to follow, something to believe in. Take that away, and they'll tear each other apart trying to find it. Or worse, build something even crueler in its place.
And what about Oren? He's trying to bring you back whole this
Orin
time.
wants a king, not me. He doesn't see the broken man behind the myth. He sees a symbol, a weapon to wield against the weirdness. But symbols aren't people. They're empty. And the more they're used, the more they hollow out the one who carries them. That's all I've ever been to Orin and the Druids. Do you know what it's like to be a weapon? To be forged, sharpened, and thrown at every problem? Let me die. Not as Arthur, not as the king, just as a simple, normal human being.
You're the human part of Arthur's soul. Without you, he can't be whole.
Isn't that what you've been doing all along? Carrying what's left of him? You've already taken up the humanity I was meant to represent. Doesn't that prove Arthur doesn't need me anymore?
Don't you care what happens next with your
I
kingdom?
don't care. Do you know how freeing that is? To finally not care what happens next? Whether Orin gets his king or Caradoc gets his ruin? To not feel the burden of all my failures? To not see my memory tarnished, my plans, goals, and ambitions dragged through the mud? To not see the suffering my name causes? No more deaths in my shadow. No more kingdoms built on my bones.
Been through a lot, but there has to be another way that doesn't involve your ultimate death.
Another way? There's always another way, isn't there? Another cycle, another resurrection, another lie to keep the world spinning. But please, not for me. Not anymore. I've had enough. I don't want another chance. I want this to be over. Do what you think is right. That's all I can tell you, because whatever you decide, it will finally be your choice, not mine, not theirs. And that's the only thing I've ever wanted. You hold the choice. I don't care who you side with, Orin, Caradoc, or no one at all. You have all of my soul. Use it. Take it for yourself. Or give it to someone else. I don't even want to know. Do what you will with it. Just let me go. Let me finally rest. Let me die. Please.
Oh.
Let me.
Huh.
Help me bring the king back. Whole and complete. Now you need to go. I made my case. This is the only...
Go on. He's waiting for you.
Let me go.
Okay.
You carried a dying king across the bones of a dying world. Now you stand before what started it all. An idea. I am the reason there must be an ending. I do not guide. I do not judge. I exist so that something can be chosen. I do not offer meaning. I require that one be made. You have brought all things to their conclusion. Now, decide what must remain. Choose, and let the shape of the world follow.
Okay, a lot of what-if questions. What if I choose Orin's
You
path?
will vanish into the story you chose to restore.
What if I choose Caradoc's
You
path?
will break the frame, and what follows will not remember you.
What if I take the king's soul for myself?
You will be seen. You will be followed. You will be blamed.
What if I give the king's soul to someone else?
You will shape the world to become its witness.
Thinking about giving the soul to somebody else?
Who do you have in mind?
Hmm. I don't know. I want to take the soul for myself.
Then the idea shall be claimed, its shape worn, its burden made yours. But first, you have to bring silence to what refuses to be forgotten.
If this is what you want, then take it, my friend. But promise me you will learn from my mistakes.
Dang. I wonder where I got that dagger.
No, I won't let this happen. Not again.
Let's fight. This is entertaining. There it is. Nice. Come on, buddy. Complete the ritual. Increase critical chance by 8%. Dang. Sad.
You think any other human could wield this power?
Yeah.
I endured 600 years of pain, of suffering, of loneliness. I made the sacrifices, me! And now you think you can take it from me? The hubris. No. I reject your claim. I will reforge Avalon. Perfect this time.
Interesting. Well, my game froze. Ruh-roh, Raggy. Ruh-roh, Raggy. I'm bleeding. Okay. Oh, dang. So here.
You carry. No, I do not. I
Okay.
do. You now choose.
I want to take the soul
Then
for
the
myself.
upward
If
Okay.
You think no. I
Got him.
You took Arthur's power for yourself. Whatever drove you, need, ambition, or will alone, the strength of a king was now yours to command. Maybe you weren't ready. Maybe nobody ever is. But you decided to try. It's a heavy thing, trying to do right where others have failed. Still, you stepped forward, carrying the soul and every choice that brought you here. You ruled not as Arthur reborn, but as yourself, flawed, resolute, untested. Avalon changed beneath your hand, and history will decide what that truly meant. With One Eye and Captain Brandon working side by side, the South found a peace it hadn't known in years. The roads stayed open, the fields were guarded, and the people finally felt safe. No longer bound to Camelot or the Knights of the Round Table, it became a land ruled by its own people on its own terms. The men here stayed in Kuanacht, but Yvain failed to rally the minds and hearts needed for his Grail quest. With no clear leaders and rising tension, both Kuanacht and Camelot grew fragile, drifting toward division, with no one left to hold the line. You awakened the giants, only to command their end, leaving no power behind for either side to claim. Without their strength, the balance held, but the divide between Camelot and the Dal Rita remained, wide, bitter, and far from settled. Feargas was named the new Galahad the Loyal. With One Eye and Brandon unable to rally the Dal Rita of the Forlorn Swords, the South remained divided. Feargas prepared Camelot's forces to reclaim the region by strength, determined to restore unity through conquest if necessary. The captain led the South to independence, breaking all ties with Camelot. Under his rule, the Horns of the South flourished. Merchants, pilgrims, and adventurers returned to the roads, and prosperity once again reached the far corners of the land. One Eye ruled the South with the Horns of the South at his side. The Dal Rita, the Forlorn Swords, remained divided, leaving the South strong but isolated. Without wider unity, his rule endured for a time. The future beyond his leadership remained uncertain. Nianta left Kuanacht with Yvain, and her fate remained unknown. Yet among the people she once served, tales of her devotion and courage endured, and her name was remembered with respect. Maggot chose to remain in Kuanacht, and the people stayed with him. Over time, they grew to trust him and often sought his wisdom. In time, he took on an apprentice, planting the first seeds of a new druidic tradition. Urfra left Kuanacht alongside Yvain, despite concerns about his age. His fate remained unknown, but the people admired him for finding purpose at the end of his life and spoke of him with lasting respect. Ailey turned to the merchants for support, and for a time the hospital prospered. But when they began charging patients for care, she walked away and opened her own small practice, refusing to serve profit over healing. The Volker joined the rest of the Dal Rita without a matron and without Mathar's blessing. Even so, their warriors kept the ferocity they had once been famed for, tempered now by a clarity that left the other tribes uneasy. They were respected, but only barely. For what greater dishonor is there than turning one's back on the goddess who had made them what they were? Ingrid turned away from the eternal sleep, choosing life over dreams. In time, she began to rebuild the Thoid among the living, planting the first seeds of a new future for her scattered people. Under Stronner's leadership, the Ulfra found new strength. He rebuilt the tribe and reunited them with the rest of the Dal Rita, restoring their place among the tribes of the Forlorn Swords. Following Galerna's path, the Sven clung to the old ways, their faith sustained by the Stagfather's living presence within the unrealm of the hunt. They turned inward, shunning outsiders, and deepened their devotion to the blood-stained rites of their ancestors. You accepted the mycelium's offer and let the spores consume Sagramor's body. Now the kingdom lies under fungal control, its people connected, obedient, and slowly fading into the roots that feed the spores. You placed self at the head of the children of Morrigan. Operating from the shadows, the Guild reshaped Avalon's politics through quiet influence and assassination, while the people lived unaware of the power that ruled them. You chose to dismantle the children of Morrigan. There were no more crows to carry out her will, for now. Morrigan withdrew into silence, patient as ever, waiting for the day when new souls would rise to serve her again. You made a pact with the Fordwellers, freeing them only once they agreed to leave behind their knowledge. One was lost to madness, but another fulfilled the promise, placing a stone woven with the song at the feet of the Stone Wardens. Through it, the craft survived into a new age. After returning to Camelot, Killian lived quietly for a time. When he vanished, few asked questions. Unsettling rumors had always followed him, and most preferred not to remember. O Queen Cinnamon Sage never forgot the bond he shared with you. Proud of the path you chose, he built a small shop near your grave, and in quiet moments, still spoke to you as he once did. A friend loyal beyond the bounds of life.
The board game? Huh. Dang. Yeah, I think now's the time that I usually give my opinion on the game. Okay, so overall, I think this is a great game, especially for the price tag. The reviews that I've seen, though, are correct, where it really does kind of fall off towards the end, simply because, like, they set up a lot of things and then they never follow through. The specific one that I'm thinking of right now is, like, the Stone Wardens. They're supposed to sing things from Weirdstone, and you know, so you can make items and stuff like that. I made 2 things in that quest line and never made another item. And which was the whole point, is that I wanted to make things, I wanted to make cool stuff. And then I just never got to. I got to make the 1 or the 2 things, and one of them was really good, and then that was just it. So that's very disappointing, in my opinion. So there was a lot of that stuff towards the end where it was just like, yeah, I get to do all of this, and then there's just not much else afterwards, you know? The other thing was the beginning of the game and the middle of the game had a lot of little goodies you could find. You know, things, special items, hidden places. There were special weapons often hidden on dead bodies around the place. I loved that. That was fantastic. That's how I got the first sword that I had, which is one of the 2 swords that I carried through to the end of the game because it was so good. And finding little goodies like that was awesome. And then there was just nothing of that in the Forlorn swords. Like, you find a chest and it's all hidden, and you had to go through all of this special stuff to get to it, and it just had ale in it and wine, and like there was just nothing of significance. The little side path might as well have never existed. It was very pointless, and so that was disappointing. I still say though that the gameplay is solid, the story is still good, it's still interesting, and there were a lot of cool things. I really loved that at the end there it showed you all of your different choices, and so for, you know, as you play the game, all of those things would have been different had you chosen something else, you know? Oh, excuse me. So that's really cool, and I really appreciate that. That's something that's unique that I haven't seen before, where it gives you each individual piece, you know, that you go through. So I think that was definitely a good point there. So overall, very good game. I do wish, though, that some things towards the end there, especially in the Forlorn Swords, were a bit different and carried the same. I wish they were just more consistent with what had been established before. A lot of those things just weren't carried through. I mean, for the most part, I didn't find anything that I really wanted to use in the Forlorn Swords. There wasn't anything equipment-wise that I wanted to use, or that I found, honestly, really all that particularly interesting. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. It's very good. Return the moment before the final journey. Yes. Yeah, I still have it. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, that is Tainted Grail. I am curious. We'll spend a little bit of our time here to go talk to some people. I'm in Quanacht. We actually do want to go to the Horns of the South. Also, I'm kind of surprised that they made a lot of the leveling system do so little per level when you only get to the level that I did. You know, throughout the entire playthrough of the game. I'm only level 60 to 70. And so I'm surprised that each level didn't mean more. Yeah, see, no new dialogue. So it's like, once you're done here, you're just done. There's no reason to ever come back to these areas. It also seems like you can never find One Eye again. Like, you can't ever talk to him again.
Nothing ever happens.
Mm-hmm. I do kind of want to know if I can help
Please,
this guy
stage
get
your
some
business.
stuff. What do you think
Dragging
of
those
the
to read
deal?
dogs back here? Oh, I'm not sticking around to see how that ends. Let someone else get their throat. You're my favorite killer. Do you keep bandits?
Yeah, dang, there was never like another... So I have all of these branded skins that I can't do anything with, right? Also, I never found out what this very shiny button does. This is the dude
Blessing.
whose quest
Make-
I can't finish. Can't talk to him at all. Kitchen. Yeah, all I can do is just ask people what their opinions are. Don't think One Eye is anywhere in here. Did I even kill the
You
keeper now?
actually went through with it, huh? Can't say I understand why anyone would willingly take. Now,
Murder, okay.
as tradition dictates, in shadows and mud we slog. In burden and boredom we guard the clueless and carry the weight because we're the lantern running the lighthouse. No one the rope that snaps, the hands that shield. Mostly from our... By this joke of tradition, by this nonsense. There. You can pick up your meals from Ruek at 6 a.m. We start training. I'm joking. I know you won't stay here, but if you're up for some work...
Kind of work.
While we've been bickering about politics and playing at diplomacy, the bandits and every other kind of scum have been Turns out chaos is a great breeding ground for parasites. I greatly...
Okay. Maybe not. Okay.
Trust isn't a luxury we have right now.
and they don't really have a choice. If they turn on us, it's self-preservation's. We'll figure out the rest.
Happens.
Well, then I'll do what I've always done.
Seem certain your man will accept.
Then they'll be free to leave. But I've seen enough to know this: when the enemy survival make. Oh well, dead men tell. We can't afford to be. Camelot's fractured into political fact. Everyone's. It's as if they didn't realise that the weirdness won't wait until they come to their senses.
All right.
All I can tell you right now is that we'll burn.
What do you think if
I have my suspicions, but Feargas isn't blind. He'll either see the truth or he'll break himself trying to cling. That's his choice.
Fergus leaves. What does that mean for the
It means they. But if his loyalty to old.
Okay. All right. Let's spend our last few minutes here in this game, completing these very beginning quests and one-shotting a bunch of bandits. That sounds fun. Oh, there's a boss man here. Bitter Bonnie. Oh, you're hitting me. Oh no. Oh no.
You'll regret this!
I bet I will. Anyway.
We'll make it short work!
Where's over here? Alright. 2 bandits left. Where might they be? There are 2 wolves here. Banditas. There's one of you. Alright. There you are.
Stay.
Okay. Down there. Right. Oh. Huh. All right.
Your gold belongs to us!
Just wrecking these guys. Don't stand a chance. I've been knocked over. What's your name? Oh no, the Indomitable has fallen. Ooh, lots of money though. Raw stages, yes please.
Stay.
One bandit left. Where might I find him? Over yonder. Oh, that's it. There we go. Oh. It's another corpse eater. Huh, where is this guy? Ah, there you are. Caught him. Alright. Oops. There. Okay. Go back to this fast travel point. And right on over there.
Huh? Did you hear something?
No, did you?
Well, they short working. Your road is here.
Boys, I'm back.
Did you hear something? Stay focused.
Man, I'm surprised these guys aren't running for the heels. Edward Dagger Hands. Hand knife. Keeper stuff. Ooh, attack speed. Yeah, these are actually pretty decent stuff. Bitter sword, applies poison, chill enemy when parried. Should store 5 stamina. Ah, I see. I bet the rest of them are down this way. Yeah. Me. One left. That one might be on the bridge. Let's go find out. Yeah. It's Boss Man. Knife Kiss Tessa. Oh. Sorry, Tessa.
Someone's out there.
Yep. It's me. Surprise.
Give up now.
Sorry, you wanted to give up now? My bad, I misheard you.
No, you'll regret this. money or your life? What's that noise?
Concern of the bandit lords, leave none alive left to tell the tale. Very nice. Let's take that. Oh, is that it? Well then.
Please. A fight to go chop.
Nice. Alright, that is it for Tainted Grail, the Fall of Avalon. We'll also end the stream here. And then tomorrow we'll come back with something new. So, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.